Well, g'day. I just thought I'd make a bit of a rant while I'm bottling some more beer. It's one of those things I tend to do while I'm bottling beer because there's not a lot more else to do. When I've listened to a few YouTubes and stuff and listened to a bit of this, a bit of that, but eventually I just feel like having a bit of a rant. Even though, as you probably already fathomed, that would be a better word, I've got sweet fuck all to say. I've got nothing to talk about at all. And it does seem really ridiculous to start making a rant when you don't even have a topic to even talk about. On the plus side though, here's one I prepared earlier. In fact, there's another one. This could take a while, so if you've got something better to do, go do that, because I'm just going to be sitting here saying jack shit about sweet fuck all as I put these little puppies back into their box for Ron. That's later on, if you didn't know. You should know that by now. I might speed it up and do two at a time, eh? These are just little 750ml babies, and like this 2 litre one, which is getting me through. I'm not real happy about this brew, to be honest, because I'm always honest. That's one thing, you can at least give me that. I might be a freaking idiot, but I'm an honest idiot, so that's something at least. Okay, there should be one more spot left. There it is. Alrighty, that's good. We just banged out a box. Let's just put a number on that. Let's call it May. What is it? It's Mother's Day, 14th. 14/5/17. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Yeah, it is that time of year again when I'm wearing tracky dacks too, so shut up. Alright, there's one I prepared earlier. So anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope you haven't missed me too much. I've got a brand new sugar syrup gun. You probably wouldn't see the other rant because I haven't loaded it up, but the reason why my old one died and I used to have to keep pulling the handle out, obviously it's because I was using boiling water to sterilise it. And I read the instructions this time and it says cold water sterilants only. See? So that's how you learn, by experience. You fuck up, you learn, and you decide, let's not make the same mistakes over and over and over. So it's pretty cool. I actually wasted a whole day yesterday. So I'm going to drag that out the past a little while. There we go. Too many. Just yesterday, I wasted a day. It was a Saturday. It was the first day I'd had off all week, and I decided just to have a lazy friggin' day, like I've done today actually, because it's been raining, carrying on, and you can't do any yard work, you can't really do much. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it just jumps right out. Don't you love that? Oh, I love it. So I enjoyed the day off, and what I ended up doing is getting sidetracked, as I do, making a flat earth post onto a group that called themselves Freethinkers. Freethinkers Society. I don't think that was Society, Association, or whatever they were. It was a Freethinkers group, and it said that everybody is welcome with an open mind to post as they will and blah blah blah. And I spent the whole friggin' day, pretty much, on and off, going backwards and forwards, debating the flat Earth with me in support of it. And at the end of the day, I got banned from the group, which I take that as a victory. I often get banned from Facebook groups, especially these so-called open-minded ones, especially the atheists. Atheists, they're like the most closed-minded fuckwits on the planet. They think they're open-minded because they declare there is no God. You can't prove there's a God. If God existed, who made God? That's their fucking mentality. Closed-minded fuckwits. Yeah, that's right, atheists. These are all closed-minded fuckwits. And your religion is more based on faith than anybody who actually does believe in God. Sure, we might have to take a certain amount of our belief in God on faith. But to declare with certainty that there is no God, that is the biggest faith of all, you dumb fucks. It is faith. What you believe is faith. And when you start to provide evidence for something, that is where it becomes less and less faith-based. So, for me to get banned from a group like that, which is basically an atheist group, saying that they're open-minded, but they're closed-minded enough to ban me for coming along and talking about the flat earth and explaining how the flat earth works. And I am pretty much, I think, from what I've seen from my evidence, so there's a few others around. Jaron, he's a good one. There's not that many flat earthers who don't use some sort of religious, faith-based backing to support their views. They just, like me, say, we go by evidence of what we can see, prove, confirm, conjecture about, look at, look into, discover, ask questions, keep looking, keep searching, try and find the truth. That's why I ended up saying to these fuckwit atheists that I'm a truther. I'm not anything apart from that. I call myself a truther because I search for the truth. And I don't care how much it hurts my ego or my previously held beliefs. If I find a new truth that changes what I once thought was true, then I just go, well, let's move with the facts. That's what science is supposed to be. But no, most of these freaking globalist atheists, big bang believers, you know what they do? Their biggest argument? Oh, go to school. Go get some education. Go read a book. I'm like, fuck off. No. I don't need to fucking read a book to look up at the sky and see what I see. To look out at the horizon and see what I see. To take pictures. To look at people's YouTube videos. And that's their biggest argument. Oh, anyone can post anything on YouTube. Fucking dead right, we can. Anybody can post anything on YouTube because that is how you share the latest up-to-date information. You don't have to have it fucking publicised in a scientific journal to be peer-reviewed by other wankers who have been spending their whole life in a fucking laboratory with no real-world experience. All their knowledge is in their head, but they got no real-life experience. no wonder Tesla fucking ripped the shit out of them and told them they're just fucking jerk-offs. Because that's all they are. They're fucking jerk-offs who got no real-life experience. If all your knowledge comes from a book or from something that you got in a classroom, you're a fucking jerk-off. Simple as that. I've spent most of my life. I did finish high school, okay. But since then, I go out into nature, sitting on the beach, laying under the sun, climbing trees, climbing mountains, going places, looking at things, observing reality, feeling the wind in my face, feeling the sand under my feet, walking through creeks that shouldn't be walked through. I do shit that most people wouldn't ever do, ever experience. And that's what makes me unique, because I am in touch, am in tune with nature. And I've got an intellect. I've studied the books. I've read the books. I know physics. I know engineering. My son, he's only like 19 years old. He's currently doing a double degree in chemical engineering, as is my elder daughter as well. My younger daughter, she's just doing a HSC at the moment, and she will probably go on to do a big science degree or some shit as well. So I come from a highly intellectual background. My mother's a pharmacist, my father's an accountant. Most of my aunties and uncles are either teachers or doctors, or, as are my cousins, engineers. We're highly intelligent. I'm not a fucking idiot, okay? So when I talk about flat Earth, it means I wouldn't have come out of the flat Earth cupboard, so to speak, if I hadn't already got a good grounding in what I'm talking about. And hence why I made this post on this group yesterday about these free thinkers. And I said I'd like to introduce you to the flat Earth, and I've got all the answers for you, and I'm happy to, as I did, I wasted a whole friggin' day answering all their questions. And usually the first thing you get is, retard alert. So my response to that is just, oh, thanks for giving me the heads up, I'll know not to talk with you then. You know, anybody that tries to put something onto me, I do this all the time. See that? You put something onto me, see those three fingers? That's what's pointing back to yourself, you fucking idiot. Tripoli. You call me a retard, you're 3 times the retard. But I don't do that to people. I see people that aren't as highly intelligent, you know, they're lacking in something, and so I try and help them out. I try and nurture them gently and say, well, maybe this is how you should look at things. I don't turn around and say, oh, you're a fucking retard, thinking, oh, that's going to make me popular with all my fucking bum buddies. Which is all you friggin' people that like to belong to a cliquey group, atheists and globe heads. It's all you've got is your support from other people who believe the same as you. You haven't got any evidence. There's no evidence of anything to support the globe. And as soon as I say, okay then, show me some. The only guy that could come back with a response was, well, I have it in my head because when I was flying at 40,000 feet, I saw the curvature. And I was like, well, how convenient is that? The only evidence you have for the globe exists in your head. No. Go out and take some frickin' pictures. Go and, you know, because you can't. It's all in your head. The whole concept of a globe Earth is in your head because you were taught it when you were a little child and you've believed it all your life, And you've been shown all these movies, and even every movie starts with Universal Studios, you know, bloody planets spinning around. Universal. Why don't they call it Global Studios? No, Universal. So friggin' big. It doesn't add up to what we see in reality. It has to be programmed into us with repetition. The more you hear something, and the more you think other people believe the same as you do, the more comfortable you feel with believing in lies. And that's all you're doing. You're living your whole life around a lie, or a whole bunch of lies. In fact, that's one of my videos I've made in the past. There was an old woman who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. I think we're all familiar with that because we're all ingrained with it as children. The fly is the lie. And it's appropriately named as a fly because it says that the earth is a ball and it's spinning on its axis. What a tangled web it weaves. You have to swallow the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. If we had left it at that, if the spider had done its job. But no. It just gets crazier and crazier. That's why it's a little children's nursery rhyme these days. Crazier and crazier. There was no woman who swallowed a spider, who wriggled and giggled and jiggled inside her. And then she swallowed a fucking bird. How absurd to swallow a bird. The bird, 66,600 miles around the sun per hour. That's pretty fucking fast. I think we would feel that, considering the Earth does not have a windshield. There's no sealed barrier over the Earth. We are open air to the universe. A vacuum of universe. Come on. Use some fucking common sense, for fuck's sake. You can't stick your head out the fucking window of a car. If you're going 100 kilometres an hour, that's about 60 miles. Stick your frickin' head out, you get blasted. If you're not wearing goggles or something covering your eyes are going to get blasted. The jet stream of the tear stream, everything is going to get blasted out your face. You cannot handle 100 kilometres an hour, and yet they are telling us the Earth is spinning open air 1,600 kilometres per hour. 1,600. Use some common fucking sense and think for yourself. That is impossible. And don't give me this fucking bullshit about the atmosphere spinning with us. How the fuck does that happen? Can you do that with your car? Can you make your car take an atmosphere with it? Oh, but the Earth is really big. It's got gravity. It can carry gases. Gases. As though it's stuck by frickin' Velcro or something. As you're spinning. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Anything moving, whether it be through a vacuum or through gas or through water, will not carry the medium it's moving through with it. So why would the Earth carry its medium of gas and atmosphere with it at the same speed? It cannot. It will not. It does not. It's bullshit. The Earth is flat and not moving. Once you grasp your head around that, of course, you can start to understand even bigger concepts about it. Well, the southern continents. See, this is where I run into fucking trouble with everybody. Flat earthers, globe heads, everybody I like, because I'm a truther. And I don't stop at just understanding, okay, it's flat, and thinking, oh, well, let's all agree with the Bible. The Bible proves everything. It's right. Everything else is wrong. No. You're fucking morons if you stop there. You really are. The flat earth is not flat. I've talked about this plenty of times before. I've got enough time. I've got another 10 minutes to rant about this shit, so I will. 2-mile-long shafts dug into the ground at exactly a mile apart on the flattened level at the bottom when joined by another horizontal shaft. 1 mile, 8 inches apart at the bottom. Now that cannot be denied. That is a scientific proof. It was done by geodetic scientists in several places, mostly in Tamarack. Tamarack Mine Mysteries is the best place to find the first source for this information. But they also sent their results over to France. They did the same tests as well. They found the same thing. Earth gets bigger on the inside. Then you've also got that problem of how the horizon always rises to eye level. Now, that's fine on a small scale, on a flat Earth, but on a really, really big friggin' Earth, which is as big as we can imagine because we don't know how big it is, the horizon would drop away if it was flat, just as it would drop away if it was a curved ball. It can't keep rising to eye level if it's flat. It would keep dropping away. But on a slightly concave, it will keep rising to eye level as far as the eye can see, and telescopes and whatever other medium you use to look. The horizon keeps rising to eye level. Not sinking, because it would. You just think of it. If you're sit on a table, stand up on the table, and you will notice it get lower and lower. That's what happens on a flat surface. It gets lower and lower. It wouldn't continue to rise to eye level as high as you went if it was flat. It just wouldn't. The Earth is concave. And this is the other thing that I've been arguing for a long time now. So while I'm on this rant, I'm going to come out and say it. I live in Australia. There you go. I've said it now. That's not what I meant. In Australia, we have a long, hot summer. In Africa, South America, they have long, hot summers. New Zealand, it's fucking cold all the time, so let's not go there. I don't know. I've only been to New Zealand twice and it's always been cold. These continents on the flat Earth map cover, shall we say, 20% of the surface area? 25, let's be generous, let's give us 30% of the surface area. And the rest is oceans. In the northern hemisphere, you've probably got, I would say, 70, 80% covered by land mass. And so, land mass, you would think, I could be wrong, but just my conjecture suggests that land mass would produce more heat because of the way the sun heats it up and it traps the heat. And maybe it loses it more, I don't know. Maybe the water itself actually holds heat better and stays a more constant temperature year round, like about 24 degrees or something. That makes a bit of sense. But all the same, our summers are freaking hotter and they're longer. And the northern one is pretty short, and their winters are much colder and longer. Yeah, we get a fairly decent winter, I guess, in some parts of Australia. But in general, where I live, here in pretty much close to the easternmost point, it's pretty mild and tropical. Like I'm currently suffering the freezing cold temperatures of 21 degrees Celsius. That's why I've got to wear a jumper. You know, I hate the cold. When it drops below 20, I'm freezing. I've got to put blankets on and everything. So I'm a bit of a wuss, I suppose, when it comes to temperature, which is why I'm pretty clued on to temperature as well. And sunlight, because I hate the cold. What I do through winter time, and used to do quite regularly, is I'd hit the beach first thing in the morning, 7 a.m. After I'd finished cleaning the pubs down in Byron. I'd head to the beach and I'd walk across this really frigid, freezing cold grass in my bare feet and walk through a bit of bush and stuff, through a bit of a forested area till I got to the beach, and then I'd find this nice little sandy spot, set up my blanket and lay out in the sun so I could warm up. And one thing I've noticed when I went there later in the afternoon, later in my life, of course, because I used to just go there early morning. Later in life, when I started going there and wasn't getting there so early in the day, the sun would set really quite quickly. So by 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you couldn't get sunlight to keep warm. So I'd just have to rug up again and go home. So, but you could capture this early morning sun, 7 a.m. type of thing. My point is, we don't get very much sunlight through the winter, as does the northern hemisphere not get very much sunlight in the winter. But I used to not like going there so much in the summer. When I went there in the summer, I'd have to leave by 9 a.m. because it was getting too hot, and then the winds would come up. And I'd walk my dog late at night. I could take him out at 9 o'clock in the evening after the sun had set, and it'd still be light pretty much for the whole entire hour of our walk. So we do get a twilight. You people that think we don't get a twilight in the south, that's rubbish. We get a long twilight in the summer. The only explanation that I can think of why we get a long summer, why we get long twilights, how every continent, now you look at the flat earth map, we've got 3 major continents: Africa, South America, Australia. We all start with A, by the way. New Zealand, that's not a continent, that's just a little island. It's a little state of Australia. Just kidding. Each one of these continents can have, on the summer solstice, at the extreme most southern tip, 17 hours of sunlight each. One sun circling around this whole big freaking plate, giving 17 there, 17 there, and 17 here. Well, it's supposed to be going faster to do the same circular route of 24 hours. No, that model doesn't work. So therefore, the only explanation is the southern continents curve up. Curve up. Now, we've all done the spinning water bucket trick. The water still stays flat and level in a spinning bucket. We're on the inside of the earth. Hollow earth theory, people are right. People that go into the hollow earth thing, it's down and outside there. They're just experiencing something outside of this bauble of which we live in. That's just the only conclusion you can come to. We're on the inside. And I think of it perhaps as a bauble type thing, and it's spinning because it is obviously around the North Pole, because something is spinning, whether it be the insides, the constellations and so forth, or whether it be the outside spinning, which therefore is ejecting everything outwards, which gives us a reasonable explanation for why there's gravity. Maybe we could just be a bauble, or a marble, or something like a whole heap of other marbles, and perhaps they're just hanging by a string. on a massive fucking Christmas tree for all we know. We just don't know. There could be multi-universes. We're just in this one, and we're in it, just as everything is within. And it's all within. We don't know. All you know is love one another. Be happy. See you next time.